What if you could lose an arm in a fight and simply grow it back, good as new? For one common Australian creature, that's not science fiction, it's just another Tuesday. Picture a freshwater creek in the Australian outback. The water is murky, the mud is soft, and hidden in the depths is a miniature world of constant conflict. Here, the yabby, a small, crayfish-like crustacean, lives a life of digging, foraging, and territorial disputes. In these underwater battles, limbs are often the price of survival. A claw gets grabbed, pinched off, or torn away. For most animals, that would be a permanent disability. But for the yabby, it's merely a temporary setback. Because hidden within its simple-looking body is one of the animal kingdom's most efficient regeneration systems, so how does this work? How can a creature essentially push a biological reset button on a complex body part? It all starts with a moment of loss. When a yabby loses a claw, either to a predator or a rival, it doesn't just bleed and heal over. The wound seals quickly, yes, but something far more remarkable begins happening just beneath the surface. Specialized cells rush to the site, forming what is known as a blastema. Think of this as a tiny biological construction site, a dedicated team of stem-like cells that have one job: to rebuild. This isn't just scar tissue. This is a blueprint for a whole new limb now. The yabby can't just sprout a new, fully formed claw overnight. Regeneration is a process that is intimately tied to its life cycle, specifically to molting. A yabby, like all crustaceans, is trapped inside a rigid exoskeleton. To grow, it must periodically crack open this hard shell and crawl out, revealing a new, larger, and softer shell underneath that then hardens over time. This vulnerable period is the key to its regenerative power. The new claw doesn't grow on the outside. It actually develops internally, folded up like a tiny, intricate origami sculpture tucked inside a small pouch at the site of the injury. It's there, hidden and protected, slowly forming nerves, muscle, and the complex hinge of the pincer. When the yabby is finally ready to molt, it absorbs water to swell its body and split the old shell. As it pulls itself free, that folded-up new claw unfolds and inflates with fluid emerging for the first time. But it's not quite ready for action. This new limb is small, pale, and soft. It's often called a papilla at this stage. The yabby is now incredibly vulnerable, so it will hide away until its new exoskeleton, including that new claw, hardens and darkens. After one molt, it might have a small, functional but weak claw. But the process isn't over. With each subsequent molt, the yabby will dedicate more resources to that new limb. It grows larger, stronger, and more detailed with every shed, until after a few cycles, it's virtually indistinguishable from the original. The entire genetic blueprint for a complex, multi-jointed, fully functional claw was stored in its cells all along, just waiting for the command to rebuild. But this incredible ability raises a fascinating question. Why can a yabby do this, but we can't? The answer lies in the trade-offs of evolution. For a long-lived, complex animal like a human, our bodies prioritize scar tissue and rapid wound healing to prevent infection. Our immune system is aggressive. Regeneration requires a very different, more permissive cellular environment, one that can risk temporary chaos to build something new. For the yabby, whose life is a series of risky molts and territorial skirmishes, the ability to regenerate limbs is a non-negotiable survival tool. A lost claw is a common event, so evolution selected heavily for the genes that make rebuilding it possible. It's a perfect adaptation for a rough-and-tumble life. This isn't just a quirky fact. It's a window into a fundamental biological process that scientists are desperately trying to understand. By studying the humble Yabby, researchers are unraveling the secrets of cellular reprogramming. How do those cells know to become a claw and not an antenna? How is the precise size and shape controlled? The Yabby holds clues that could one day inform new medical frontiers in human wound healing and even limb regeneration. This little creature, often just seen as bait, is a walking, digging library of biological intelligence. The next time you see a Yabby, with one claw seemingly smaller than the other, you're not looking at a birth defect. You're looking at a survivor. You're witnessing a creature that has faced loss and is actively, physically overcoming it. In the quiet mud of an Australian billabong, a miniature miracle of repair and regrowth is happening all the time. A powerful reminder of nature's resilience and its hidden, extraordinary capabilities. If you could regrow any one body part, what would it be? Let us know in the comments, and subscribe to Animal Fact Vault for more incredible stories of animal superpowers.